Hey everyone, we're going to find the sum of each geometric series using the formula here. And basically all this is they want to see if you can fill in the basic components of the formula. So they're giving you the first term, the r and the n, or sometimes they're giving you, like the last two here, they're giving you the 5 here, the fifth term, which is our last term. So in this case n would equal 5. In this case n is 5, and then you just use the calculator. So let's get started, and there's some tricks with simplifying that should help as well. So we write down our formula, make sure the r goes inside the parentheses now, so 1 minus r, and fill everything in. Remember, if they don't have a 1 here, that means that's the first term. We're just going to say let the a sub 1 equal a. So we have 3 times 1 minus 1/3 to the 4th power divided by 1 minus 1/3. So let's clean this up, and I do the denominator first. So the denominator, the 1 is really going to be 3 divided by 3. So this equals 2/3. And when you divide this 3 here by 2/3, you just multiply those two. So this is going to end up being 9 times 1 minus, now 1/3 to the 4th is 1 over 81. And you still have this 2 in the denominator. And then I do the same thing. Since I have a 1 and we have our denominator is 81, I just put 81. I just write right over it, 81. I forgot my a. My a is going to be 9 now, because 3 times 3 is 9. So you're going to get 9, and this is going to be 80 divided by 81 divided by 2. Now, when you do it that way, it's a lot simpler to put in the calculator. So you have 9 times 80 divided by 81, and divide that by 2, and your approximate value would be 4.44. Repeating, if you hit math enter on your calculator, this equals 40 divided by 9. Alright, now the next one, it's basically the same thing, so we just plug in our formula. So your first term is 8 times 1 minus negative 2 to the 7th, and then 1 minus a negative 2 is, I'll just write it. Okay, so negative 2 to the 7th, let's just do 2 to the 7th, equals 128. So you have 8, this will be 1 plus, because two negatives, negative 2 to the 7th is negative 128. So you have two negatives, so that's going to make it plus 128 divided by 3. So this will be 8 times 129 divided by 3. Now it's much easier to manage in your calculator. Divide it by 3, and you get 344. Okay. The next one is this one, and we really don't need this number here. We just need to know that our n equals 5, because it's going from the first term to the 5th term, for our formula anyway. So we're just going to write our first term times 1 minus negative 3 to the 5th power, divided by 1 minus a negative 3. Alright, now simplifying this, you get 2. 3 to the 5th is 243, but negative 3 to the 5th is going to be negative 243, because it's an odd power. So it's going to be 1 plus 245, and then this is going to be 4. So basically, to put in your calculator, you're going to put in 246 divided by 2, So that goes in 2 times. So that's going to equal 123. All right. The only time I really used the calculator was just to make sure that 3 to the 5th was 240. It's 243, so I messed up already. So this is 243. I'll put this in purple. So this is 244. Sorry about that. And then when you divide those two, you should get 122. So I just wrote that down wrong. All right. So let's go on to the next one, the last one. Again, my n is 5, so we don't really care about that number there. So your sum is going to be your first term times 1 minus 6 to the 5th power divided by 1 minus 6. All right, so there's going to be 2/3. And let me see if I can put this in the calculator correctly. 6 to the 5th is 7,776 divided by -5. So I can write this, put this 3, move it down here. So it's going to equal 2, and it's going to be -7,775. 1 minus 776 is going to give you that, divided by -15. So you put all that in the calculator. 7775 divided by -15, and that gives you approximately 1036.6667, which is a third, but so I'll just do that. And then let's see what happens here when I do. So if you do the exact value, that would be 3,110 divided by 3. So it depends on how they ask you for it. If they want exact value, you have to put it in fraction form. Approximate value would be in decimal form. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.